The Australian Kelpie is Australia's most popular herding dog breed, descended from the British Collie breeds. Excellent shepherds, real workaholics, they can work around the clock. Excommunicated for any reason from flocks, they will graze other domestic animals, take care of children. Extremely intelligent and obedient, they obey the signal of the owner, given even from afar. They are not kept in urban areas. The first mention of Kelpies in literary sources dates back to the end of the 19th century. The established opinion of researchers about the origin of the breed does not exist today. Some believe the Kelpies are descended from collies brought to Australia by the first settlers. Others point out that they have the blood of Rutherford English collies from the North County, which, like many other sheepdogs, were brought here at the end of the last century. There is also a version according to which the probability of participation in the formation of the Kelpie breed of wild Australian dingoes is quite high. However, it is reliably known that in their homeland in Australia, this breed of dogs has been continuously improved and their targeted selection on one of the leading Australian Kelpie breeding farms, Enfinvale, began in 1956. The history of the breed. The ancestors of most Kelpies were British dogs known loosely as collies. These were mostly black, or very dark brown, dogs, hence the name collie, which has the same root as coal. The official collie breeds were not formed until about 10 or 15 years after the Kelpie was established as a breed, and the first recognized border collie was not brought to Australia until after the Federation in 1901. Some collies were imported to Australia for stock work in the early 19th century and were bred with other types of dogs, usually with an eye to working sheep without direct supervision. For much of the 20th century and early 21st century it was claimed the Kelpies were partly descended from dingoes. In 2019, it was widely reported that a genomic study conducted by researchers from the University of Sydney indicated that the Kelpie had no dingo ancestry, although this is still uncertain. Claire Wade, co-author of the study's paper, informed Bill Robinson, author of Origins of the Australian Kelpie, that she has never suggested there was no dingo blood in the Kelpie breed as the media reported. Wade explained. The genes studied in our analysis were specifically chosen because it is those aspects of Kelpies that lead most everyday people to presume the relationship between Kelpie and dingo. The evidence of our study proves conclusively that, at least for those characteristics, there is no evidence for relationship to be found. The first dog known as a Kelpie was a black and tan female pup with floppy ears bought by Jack Gleason about 1872 from a litter born on Warrock Station near Casterton, owned by George Robertson, a Scot. This dog was named Kelpie after the Kelpie, a mythological shape-shifting water spirit of Celtic folklore. In later years she was referred to as Gleason's Kelpie to differentiate her from King's Kelpie, her daughter. The second Kelpie was King's Kelpie, another black and tan bitch out of Kelpie by Caesar, a pup from two sheepdogs imported from Scotland. King's Kelpie tied for the prestigious Forbes trial in 1879-16, and the strain was soon popularly referred to as Kelpie's pups, or just Kelpies. The King brothers joined another breeder, MacLeod, to form a dog breeding partnership whose dogs dominated trials during 1900 to 1920. An early Kelpie, Sally, was mated to Moss, a smooth collie, and she produced a black pup that was named Barb after the Barb, a black horse which had won the Melbourne Cup in 1866. Consequently, black Kelpies became known as Barb Kelpies or Barbs. There were a number of Kelpies named Red Cloud. The first and most famous was John Quinn's Red Cloud in the early 20th century. In the 1960s, another red cloud became well known in Western Australia. This started the tradition in Western Australia of calling all red or red and tan Kelpies, especially those with white chests, Red Cloud Kelpies. Other notable specimens include Gunner and Red Dog, a Kelpie mix which was the subject of a movie, Red Dog, released in 2011. Kelpies have now been exported to many countries including Argentina, Canada, Italy, Korea, New Caledonia, New Zealand, Sweden, the United Kingdom and the United States for various pursuits. By 1990, Kelpies have been trained as scent dogs with good success rates. In Sweden they are widely used for tracking and rescue work. Appearance. The Kelpie is a soft-coated, medium-sized dog, generally with prick ears and an athletic appearance. Movement must be free and tireless. The dog must have good turning mobility at high speed. When trotting, in the case of an increase in the speed of movement, the paws approach each other. At rest, in a stance, the paws are located along the perimeter of the rectangle. Swinging or crossing the legs while moving is undesirable. The coat is double, with a short thick undercoat. The outer hair is dense, straight, hard, close-fitting, waterproof. Under the body and on the back of the thighs, the hair is longer and forms short fringes. On the head, including the inside of the ear and towards the front of the limbs and paws, the coat is short. Along the neck, the coat is longer and forms a collar. Too long or too short coat is considered a defect. The average length of the coat of the body is 2 to 3 centimeters. Color black, black and tan, red, red and tan, fawn, chocolate, smoky blue. The height at the withers of males is from 46 to 51 centimeters, females from 43 to 48 centimeters. Distinctive character traits. Attentive, lively, active, very intelligent, with a soft accommodating character, almost inexhaustible energy, faithful and devoted. It has an innate instinct and the ability to guard herds of sheep both in the field and in the paddocks. Show Kelpies generally excel in agility trials and may be shown in conformation in Australia. Kelpies are intelligent and easy to train dogs, making them good-tempered and good pets, especially with children. However, they require a lot of physical exercise and mental stimulation, otherwise, they can become bored and hence be disruptive by constantly barking or digging, or by chewing on objects. Taking them on medium to long walks or playing fetch are good ways to keep them stimulated. Health. Kelpies are a hardy breed with few health problems, but they are susceptible to disorders common to all breeds, such as cryptorchidism, hip dysplasia, cerebellar abiotrophy and luxating patella. Research is underway to find the genetic marker for cerebellar abiotrophy in the breed. They tend to live to around 10 to 12 years, although some injure themselves, as by the age of 10 or 11 they become weaker. Until she died at her home in Woolsthorpe, Victoria in April 2016, aged 30 years, Maggie, a Kelpie, was thought to be the world's oldest dog at her time of death. Price and how to buy. Depending on the purpose of the purchase, the cost of the puppy will differ. Offspring without the possibility of exhibition and further breeding costs from $600. If there are plans for future puppies as parents, then the price increases by 2 to 3 times. Show-class puppies are even more expensive, and the price depends on the pedigree and what prizes were received by the parents of the puppies at various exhibitions. If you are looking for a show-class puppy, then you need to contact the breeders registered in the Unified International Register of Breeders, where there is a guarantee of pure blood. In this case, a contract of sale must be signed, where all the circumstances are prescribed in order to avoid misunderstandings. Buying a puppy in unreliable places is a huge risk of getting a dog similar to Australian Kelpie, but not being it. While the dog is small, it is difficult to understand how the puppy meets the requirements. Outcome. Kelpies have genetically determined qualities that distinguish them from other dogs. The most interesting thing is that they have a very wide viewing angle, which allows you to visually control the object of observation and concentrate your attention on it for a long time. With such unique features and qualities, Kelpies bring invaluable benefits when working in livestock farms. The modern Kelpie is not only a shepherd, but also has excellent athletic qualities, participating in winning sports competitions in agility, dog frisbee, pitch and go and freestyle. The Kelpie is considered the superstar of Australian dog breeding and one of the main breeds of this continent.